good morning. Welcome to this fantastic edition of Super Breakfast Sports with me, Merit J, on your number one family lifestyle talk on Urban Radio, Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. Today is Friday, the 19th day of August, 2022. On the show today, we'll be taking a look at referees and how they impact the beautiful game of football. Now, this is because just yesterday, seasoned Premier League referee Mike Dean, who was most recently appointed as the video assistant referee for the intense London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur last Sunday, finally admitted to having made a wrong decision. The incident in question occurred when Christian Romero pulled a new Chelsea signing Marco Correa by his hair just before a corner kick was taken, which led to the final corner kick of the match, which led to Harry Kane eventually equalizing for Tottenham Hotspur. 5 days have gone by, and the world is still rotating, and after admitting to have made a wrong decision, life goes on. Nothing will change as to regards the result or the outcome of that game, including many other games as well. The referees, they still get to keep their jobs, and if need be, they still get to officiate this weekend. So we're asking this morning, when referees get it wrong, what should be done when a bad decision from the referee affects the outcome of a game? Now, we'll be speaking to a referee on the Breakfast Sports this morning. His name is Mr. Anyanwu Edwin Chima, to get us through what happens in the minds of the referees in these moments and what sort of punishments should be meted out to referees for various offences, and what are the various levels of offensive made by referees. We'll be speaking to him very shortly, and we'll also like to talk to you on the Breakfast Sports as well. You can get in touch with us by letting us know what you think. Head on to our Facebook page at Super FMPH and drop your comments there. We're live streaming, so you can get a feel of what's happening here in the studio. You can also drop your comments via WhatsApp. You can text us on WhatsApp. Also put your phone call through to us when we throw the phone lines open. And of course, use the Super FM Global app. Head on to your Play Store and search for Super FM Global to be a part of the show. We had a couple of comments yesterday, and we're waiting for your comments as well this morning. Without wasting any more time, vamos. I will kick off the Breakfast Sports this morning with the big one. It happened yesterday. The Nigerian Football Federation, the NFF Elective Congress, which will usher in new executives for the administration of football in Nigeria, has been scheduled for the 30th of September in Benin City, Edo State. The date and location of the elective congress were among the key decisions made at the annual General Assembly yesterday, Thursday, 19th of August 2022 in Lagos. Initial moves by the current board, led by Amaju Melvin Pinnick, to move the elections to October were rejected by most Congress representatives, we've been told, who were largely comprised of the 36 State Football Association chairman. The 44-person Congress rejected the proposed election date of 20th of October, opting for the 30th of September, which is at the end of next month. The chairman and secretaries of the NFF's 44 members attended the Congress on Thursday. It also included representatives from the leagues, the Coaches Association, the Referees Association, the Players Union, the NFF Executive Committee members, invited dignitaries, NFF management and staff, and several other stakeholders. Also at the meeting, the incumbent president, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, again reiterated that he would keep to his promise not to contest for a third term in office. He said, and I quote, "Third term, no, I am fine. And I'm telling you that there are so many Nigerians that are capable of running Nigerian football. I will assist and work with whoever emerges as the new Nigerian Football Federation president. And that's my promise. I'll intervene, but never interfere." End of quote. Pinnick, who has been president of the NFF since 2014, is the first Nigerian to hold the position for 2 terms. His second term is set to end on the 20th of September, now 30th of September, because of a 10-day extension for the elective Congress. Talking about Nigerian teams, let's head on to Costa Rica, where we still have the Jubilant Falconets teams at the Under-20 FIFA Women's World Cup. And after seeing his team through the group stage of the ongoing Under-20 FIFA Women's World Cup, head coach of Nigeria's Falconets, Chris Danjuma, has maintained that reaching the final remains the ultimate goal of the team. The two-time runners-up defeated Canada 3-1 in the final group game played in the early hours of Thursday morning and secured a maximum of 9 points. While reacting to the result, Danjuma said they have set the goal before coming to Canada, the goal of reaching the final before coming to Canada. That has been the drive for the team.
We had a goal coming here, as I told you. I think that's our driving force. We don't put ourselves under pressure. All we know is for ourselves, for our families, for the nation. We just have to get there. There's nothing, we've taxed ourselves, there's nothing short than getting play in the final. Nothing short of that.
The Falconets of Nigeria will face the Netherlands on Sunday by 11:30 p.m. in the quarter-final fixture, even as they chase their target of reaching the final once again. Still remaining with Nigerian national team football, the draw for the 2023 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations took place at the headquarters of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, in Cairo yesterday, Thursday, 19th of August 2022, with Nigeria being offered an easy passage and route to qualifying for the tournament. The country's Under-23 team have been drawn to play in the second round of the qualifiers, where they face the winners of the first round fixture between Tanzania and South Sudan. The competition, which will be hosted by Morocco, has been scheduled to hold in June 2023. However, the first round of qualifiers, a home and away fixture, will take place from the 19th to the 27th of September, while the second round games have been scheduled for October 21st to 30th of October. The final round of qualifying phase will hold between the 20th and the 28th of March 2023. According to CAF, a total of 39 member associations are engaged in the African qualifiers. Morocco are automatically qualified as host of the final tournament, while the remaining 38 teams will play the qualifiers. The Under-23 AFCON tournament will serve as a qualifying tournament for the football event at the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris, France. Now to some basketball stories on the Breakfast Sports this morning. The Nigeria senior men's national basketball team, the Tigers, will open camp on Saturday, Saturday, 20th of August 2022 in Abidjan, as the team starts preparation for Window 4 of the 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifiers. The team's head coach, Mike Brown, disclosed that these became necessary in order to address the slow starts in the first two windows when the team lost to Cape Verde. Disclosing this to the Nigerian Basketball Federation Media Department on Wednesday, Brown said, knowing the task ahead in its quest to qualify for the World Cup, the team needs to get more training under the belt before they face host Cote d'Ivoire on Friday, the 26th of August at the 3,500 capacity Palais des Sports Tarjeville in Cote d'Ivoire. He is optimistic that early preparation will make a difference when his players step on the court for the first game. Currently fourth on the table, the Tigers will play its opener against host Cote d'Ivoire on Friday, the 26th, before facing Guinea a day after on the 27th of August. On Sunday, 20th of August, the team will square up against Angola. The 2023 World Cup takes place from 25th August to 10th September in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Now let's talk about some boxing, because there is a big heavyweight boxing bout scheduled for tomorrow. Ahead of the heavily anticipated heavyweight boxing bout between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, Usyk's trainer Alexander Krassyuk has played down suggestions that Anthony Joshua is not at the best moment in his career, insisting that the British boxer is still one of the biggest threats in the heavyweight division.
People say Anthony Joshua is down. Anthony Joshua worth nothing anymore. No, I totally disagree with people with this opinion. I think Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest threats in heavyweight at this moment, and I'm pretty sure he will try to use his chance Saturday night.
He said he expects Anthony Joshua to be brutal and use his advantage of size and power against Usyk to try and secure a victory during the early rounds of the fight.
I expect Anthony Joshua to use his advantages of size, of power, of brutal stuff. So his game plan gonna be to destroy Usyk within the first part of the fight. He's been in boxing for a while. He completed European, World, Olympic championships, undisputed champion in cruiserweight, unified champion in heavyweight. So this man knows how to behave with different opponents. So we expect it to be a really spectacular performance.
In spite of this, the Ukrainian says he expects his countryman Alexander Usyk to get the victory, having arrived with the blessings of the Ukrainian people.
I'm expecting the victory of a champion. He has to to defend the heavyweight crown. He has to defend those titles he gained in the previous fight. So that's going to be a special assignment for him. I mean, it's not an easy challenge. Now it's something special. He came here with the support of Ukrainian compatriots. He came here after he was blessed for this rematch by the militaries, by high-rank military officers, but just common fans. Everyone wants Ukrainian flag to be rising. Everyone wants Ukrainian anthem to be heard. Ukraine needs the victory. That's why he's here.
The rematch between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk will take place tomorrow, Saturday, the 20th of August 2022, at the Jeddah Superdome in Saudi Arabia. Now, still on Saturday, 20th of August, another Nigerian representative will be involved in a tough battle, but this time inside of the octagon, as Nigeria's Kamaruddin Usman will aim to successfully defend his welterweight championship when he takes on Leon Edwards in UFC 278. During the pre-fight press conference, Kamaru Usman paid tribute to the quality of Leon Edwards, despite what he termed perceived disrespect from the camp of Leon Edwards.
It is what it is. I've always given him his respect. I think he's a good fighter. Very, very good fighter. But, lately, it seems to be a little disrespect coming from his side. Maybe he's thirsty for wanting to be champion so much that he's got to get disrespectful. But it is what it is. He's a tough striker. But, Masvidal went back there and put his hands on him. And like I said, him and Mendem, they did nothing.
He, however, insisted that despite being the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC, he is not resting on his oars, as success fuels him for more achievements.
I mean, talk is talk. There's one thing that got me here, and that's, my work ethic. Success only drives me to work even harder. So if they're thinking that I'm slipping, it's going to be a bad night for them.
Now to our big discussion this morning, and we'll be joined by Edwin Chima anytime soon. Mike Dean has admitted an error in not asking referee Anthony Taylor to check his pitchside monitor after Christian Romero's head pull on Mark Cucurella during Chelsea's 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge with Tottenham Hotspurs. Now, these comes 5 days after that game. The game is ended 2-2. Life goes on and everything continues. That's why we're speaking to Edwin Chima, who is a Nigerian referee, to tell us the reasoning about some of these decisions and how they're being handled within the referee community. Good morning to you, Edwin Chima. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning. Thank you, Mary, for having me.
Now, we're talking about referees now, not Nigerian referees, but it's pretty much the same thing. They have a lot of power. They have, a high level of power to control the game. They can influence the game, how the game turns out to be by their decisions. And we've seen a lot of that here in Nigeria. And this happening in the Premier League, just evokes memories of what happens here in Nigeria. But let's start with these kind of decisions. When a referee makes decisions, some of those decisions you can say maybe they're supposed to give a yellow card or a free kick, and then it goes by. Life goes on. Nobody cares about it so much. But when such decisions or failure to give the correct decisions result and impacting the result of that game, what is the reasoning within the referees community? Going back, taking an assessment of the game, what is the reasoning within the referees community?
Every match is being controlled by a referee, and we have assessors to who to assess referees for matches.
Yep.
So if a referee make a mistake, they go back to review these clips, bit by bit, look at it critically, and they come up with a result. If the referee has erred, then the referee will be set aside for some matches, or maybe one. Then if subsequently it keeps reoccurring in his matches, then he will be set aside for the season.
And what level are there different levels to these errors? Because we've seen some where you can, like I said, you can look away from the errors and say that it happens, it's normal human error. Are there levels to these kind of errors or wrong decisions where certain actions need to be taken?
First and foremost, there is one major problem that we fail to understand, that we are humans and we are not superhumans. Therefore, we are bound to make mistakes. And football is a game of mistakes. You cannot separate mistakes from football. We have different types of error, like you said, error of the mind and error of the head. Knowing what to do and failing to do it, and not even knowing it at all. But at that level, I think every referee should know the laws of the game, should have the laws at his fingertips. So most times it's not easy, my brother. You trying to sit over 22 players at the same time, and you have 3 seconds after your whistle to take your decisions. So it's a bit difficult for us most times. So that's why you have the VAR. The VAR is there to assist you, to guide you, on obvious error of the referee. So it is not easy for the referee alone to control this game. That's why we have other assistant referees and other match officials. That includes the VAR and the fourth official with the 2 ARs that will work with you. So it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. So if a referee makes a decision, it's expected that the assistant referee 1, assistant referee 2, the fourth official, or even the VAR can call him to order. Once it's an obvious error from the referee or a mistake identity when it comes to sending off offenses.
All right, and very importantly, you mentioned the VAR, and I'm sure we've had this discussion before, I and yourself, about how VAR will help in improving the officiating here in Nigeria. But we're seeing even the VAR, who has a lot of time to take a review of the incidents on the pitch, still making mistakes. So is there any remedy per se for some of these wrong decisions in football matches?
It's not every decision the VAR has to come in play. There are just 4 basic decisions or areas in the match that the VAR has to come in. When a goal, a goal or no goal decision, penalty, no penalty, direct red card, and mistaken identity. These are the 4 areas the VAR can come into play for the referee. Most times we expect every foul for the referee to go to the review area and see if it's a foul or not. But once it has nothing to do with these areas, the referee shouldn't be going there to review, especially when it's not an obvious error from the referee. Game continues.
Okay. And finally, what is the highest level of punishment in retrospect? Like you said, there are referees, assessors. If the referees, assessors look at the clip and then they think that, okay, this referee or this particular official got it way too wrong, should have done better. What is the highest level of reprieve that official could get?
First and foremost, the punishment doesn't come directly from the referees committee. Okay. They look at him and give him benefit of doubt. But if the LMC, let me use our league now, for instance, if the LMC, continually call it of this person, they should look into this person, look into this matter, and the fans, even the media also, can point out a referee and his decisions. Then the referees committee can now go into it and look at it afterwards and come up with, most times the media and the fans might not even have the laws, and maybe mistaking the referee to have made a mistake. So that is where the referee committee now comes in play, look at it critically and say, no, this referee is right here, based on this, based on that. So, but if a referee err, then it's strictly, based on the referees committee to take their decisions. Like I said earlier, most times they keep you out of the whole season. Most times for 3 or 4 matches, most times for the first stanza of the league, and they'll bring you back again to see if you learned your mistakes.
All right. Thank you so much, Edwin. Thank you for being a part of the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to any day, anytime.
Okay, so we've heard from a referee, Edwin Chima. He's talked about the level of errors, the error of the mind, and also the error of the head. That's the word he used. Well, we would like to hear from you now, because I'm sure you have a lot of things to say about these referees, because these decisions, they are key decisions, they affect the outcome of the game, and nothing can be done about it. Once it's recorded, 1-1, 2-0, 5-0, it's recorded. You cannot go back to change it, and then life goes on for the referees. Let's get your thoughts on what you think in this kind of situation. 0705 079 1021, 0811 743 1021, and on WhatsApp 0905 948 1021. And do not forget to drop your comments as well on our Super FM Global app. Go ahead onto your Play Store and search for Super FM Global, and you'll be a part of the show. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Arsenal.
Could Arsenal go ahead?
Let me quickly say that the referee is on point. I want to also add that most of the time people just mistaking some people as trying to side in the other thing, like what you just said about the match day. Because like the first day we would probably I told you that what was the first referee? It was not even the VR. What was the first assistant doing? They would have picked up that to call the extractation. So if the one that the man was fault, so that's why I told them, I even said that no, FA cannot even have the right to ban the referee. It is a referee committee that will look over it and look if the man has fault. And in the law book of that match, I don't think that central referee have anything to blame. So the man will continue to appreciate his match and also continue to do his job. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning to you, my sports chief.
Good morning, the real gift.
Thank you very much. I think you should also add the error of interest also. Of course, because you never can rule it out. Because my worry is this: if it is the ref in the monitoring the, what do you call it now?
The VAR, yeah.
That directs the ref on the pitch on when to go check the pitch side monitor. They're waiting the ref, they do. Why is the center referee? If he is not being directed from the other person inside the VR room. Because it's just like using some other person's brain to plant your corn. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Ordinarily, I expected that even the center referee should have the authority or the powers also to go check pitch side monitor when there is complaint from the opposing team. But when at the end of the day, now, is it not crying over spilled milk? Or if your egg fall for ground break, I want to scoop and go refry them or go cook them. As far as I'm concerned, I think these refs to be punished when they make errors, especially when they come out to admit that indeed it was a mistake. Be punished for that mistake so that tomorrow you will learn from them too.
All right. So severe punishment is the suggestion from Real. If we just take comments from our Facebook very quickly. Oliver Dave says, this topic of the incident that happened between Chelsea and Spurs, but my club Arsenal has always been a victim of the same circumstance. My opinion is that such referees should be sanctioned. Oliver from Rukriti, thank you so much for that one. Kwate Magnus says, any referee we know do well should be punished severely. And I think that's what a lot of people will think about this subject. We'll have a lot of time to talk about this, hopefully, later today by 5 p.m. We'll return for Sports Traffic. We'll also have ample time tomorrow on Super Weekend Sports from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Do not miss it for any reason. Thank you so much for being a part of the program this morning. Thank you for your calls, your text messages on Facebook and WhatsApp. Very well appreciated. We'll have a lot of time to attend to them later on. In the meantime, there are still many exciting programs coming on this fantastic Friday morning on Super 93.3 FM, so stay tuned.
On air and online, this is Super FM, Nigeria's #1 lifestyle talk and urban radio station.
Because no one does it better. We are Super FM.